Today we're looking at management teams and the importance of getting them right. I'm joined by Peter Thomas. Peter is an interim CEO and has a huge experience working in growth and transitional change projects with a wide range of companies. Welcome, Peter. Question one, how important is the management team to this performance?
It's critical. It's one of the most important things that you have as a leader. You have to have the right management team around you, and it depends on the situation that you're in, whether you are planning to grow and to scale, or whether you're in a situation where it's pretty stressed or distressed, such as a turnaround. So you need the right people around you, and you need to make sure you decide on having the right people. The capabilities are important as well. But the management team is fundamental to the change and the growth that you want to achieve as a leader. And if you don't have those around you, you're not going to get it.
And for CEOs who are looking at their team, how do you identify gaps in your expertise? What recommendations?
Well, I think that there are, I think certainly in my experiences, when you step into an organization, one of the first things you need to do to consider is the management team and who they are and what skills and capabilities they have. So you have to move fairly quick on that. Depends on the situation you find yourself in, but there are many tools. There's things like a traditional thing like a SWOT analysis, but if you have a HR department, I'm sure there's you can lean on them to get data and insight into their performances. But fundamentally, you've got to get the right fit as a leader. So you have to make sure that the people around you, your exec team, work with you, understand what you're trying to achieve, understand who you are, and are willing to come on this journey with you. And so it's important that as a leader, you communicate that to your team, and then you can start to really grasp whether they have the skills to help you deliver that strategic plan that you have. So it is really, really important.
Okay, no, it's interesting. I guess picking up on that, or for yourself starting in an initiative, or for a CEO now looking at the next stage of development in their business, how would you go about assembling a management team?
Well, I think what you've got to do, you have to start with the vision. You have a vision for your organization. We want to move this organization from point A to point B, and that fundamentally is, for any leader, it's a substantial piece of work and could take many, many years. So your strategic plan formulates off the back of the vision, and then you start to understand, right, how am I going to deliver this, and who is going to deliver it with me? And that's the most important bit. You start to understand each of the core functions of you transforming the organization, be it finance or be it operations. If you manufacturing, you have to understand where the people sit, the critical functions that enable that strategic plan to be successful. So you'll start to gain some understanding as to where these people slot in and what type of people you need, and then you reverse it backwards. So you almost start at you start looking at the end game and reverse it all the way back. I think, well, this is the starting point. This is what I need to do. I need a strategic CFO, or I need a key operations person, or somebody in sales and marketing, and you start to build this picture as to how the structure is going to look. So once you've got that, you can start making decisions then as to who you're going to hire, or whether the capability is in-house, and you can just develop the people you have there.
And just pick up on that last point, quite interesting. So if you are filling gaps in the team, what are the options for finding the right staff?
It's difficult for a leader. I suppose that there are two choices really that you've got. You either work with the team that you have and believe that they have the capabilities inherent in them to develop and to grow, and you spend time training and mentoring them, or if you honestly feel that they're not the right fit for you now and for the organization moving forward, then you have to change that. And you have to bring in new skills and new people to fit those functions and those roles. And there's a variety of things you can do. You can bring in people like me within the interim world that come in for a period of time, just to try and obviously enable that gap to be met, and to maybe help you bring in somebody in the longer term then. But so it's difficult as a leader. It's very difficult to arrive at that decision process, because ultimately somebody's either going to have some bad news if you need to remove them from the organization, or some good news if you need to bring them with you. So it's challenging for a leader. I think one of the hardest things is dealing with people.
Yeah, it's a life of the business, isn't it, really? Both sides of the transaction. Okay, well, look, thank you very much. So thanks to Peter Thomas for talking to me today, and for those of you watching. For more tips on business growth and revenue generation, look at my YouTube channel or look at my website, revenueworks.co.uk. In the meantime, let's keep on growing.